I'll try to make a long story short. My brother, 35 Mars, passed away in April in a pretty traumatic accident that left my mom devastated and depressed. Not only is she upset about his passing, but she seems to be stuck on how he passed. She told me the other day she can't sleep because she keeps wondering if he was scared or if he suffered while he waited for the paramedics to show up. She's been pretty isolated and refusing to leave the house since it happened. But I convinced her to go over to a 4th of July family party on Thursday. Before we got there, I texted everyone to let them know not to bring up anything to do with the accident because she was still upset about it, and it would set her off. I specifically had a longer conversation with my cousin, 22F, because she has always struggled with just blurting out everything she thinks, even if it's rude or offensive. We've had problems with this in the past, and she always says it's because she's autistic and can't control it, or she just doesn't understand why she shouldn't be allowed to say certain things. I tried to explain as clearly as possible why she shouldn't bring up the accident to my mom, because it would hurt and upset her, and she seemed to understand. Not even 5 minutes into being in the room with my mom, she starts talking about how she can't think about my brother without getting upset, because she just knows that he must have suffered so bad and he died in such a horrible way, etc. Multiple people tried to stop her, and I even cut her off a couple of times, but she just kept going and going. At this point, my mom was crying bad. I had to take my cousin out of the house, and we got into an argument because I accused her of doing it on purpose. I just can't understand how you can have a room full of people telling you to shut up, and you keep going because you don't understand. Anyway, we got in an argument where I essentially made her leave the party because my mom wouldn't stop crying. And my cousin just kept doubling down, saying she didn't understand why mom was crying because she was just telling the truth. She did end up leaving, but only after the hosts came and told her to leave too. Now, her and her parents are texting me and my mom saying I need to apologize to her because I was discriminating against her. And it wasn't her fault she couldn't understand when people are upset. AITA for making her leave the party? I also don't think I should have to apologize, but I do know people with autism do sometimes struggle with understanding people and emotions, so maybe I'm just not getting it. Edit. A lot of people keep assuming I forced my mom to go to this party, and that's my bad for not making it clearer. She brought it up to me and asked if I thought it would be okay for her to go because she wanted to attend but felt guilty. She thought people would judge her if she wasn't sitting around crying all day. I convinced her not to listen to others and told her she could do whatever she wanted. And in the end, she told me she wanted to go. So I took her so she could spend time with her mom. Our relationship with my brother wasn't exactly amazing, and there is a lot of guilt, regret, and resentment that she is experiencing right now that is making her extra sensitive. I have convinced her to see a therapist. She had her first session 2 weeks ago, and she has agreed to keep going. My cousin is diagnosed by a doctor. She is high functioning and has low support needs. She lives independently, as far as I know.